Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Kathy and I'm currently a junior at the University of Pennsylvania Wharton School of Business. In this week's video, I'm going to be talking about 10 things that I wish I knew before going to college. With the fall semester starting for some schools already, I decided that this would be a perfect opportunity to talk about 10 things that I wish I knew before entering college as a freshman. Now that I'm entering my junior year, I feel like there's definitely a lot of things that I wish I had done differently and I wish I knew beforehand. So hopefully all of these tips are helpful for you guys, and definitely let me know if you want other content similar to this or any other video ideas. Without further ado, let's get on to the video. Starting off strong with number 1, pack half the amount of clothes you think you'll need. I made the mistake of overpacking a ton of clothes my freshman year. I thought I needed all kinds of different outfits for all 4 seasons. I would also pack a lot of just in case clothes. So just in case I need this jacket or just in case I need this pair of jeans. And I overpacked so much. I'm pretty sure I brought like 7 pairs of jeans and like at least 10 pairs of shoes, which is absolutely not necessary. I would say for shoes, you need probably a max of 5. I highly recommend just packing a ton of basic clothes, so like basic tees, business casual wear, maybe a dress or two, or for guys like a suit. You don't need 10 pairs of what if outfits because you're definitely going to be buying a lot of clothes throughout the school year, and some of the things that you buy you might not even wear. So definitely try your very hardest to pack half the amount that you think you'll need. Number 2, rate my professor. I personally think rate my professor is not 100% accurate. I mainly talk to upperclassmen who have taken the class before and asked for their opinion, because sometimes either the reviews on rate my professor are outdated or they just aren't a true reflection because it's only a couple of students who either had a really good experience or a really bad experience. So I would just talk to upperclassmen who have done well in the class and what their opinions are on the professor's teaching styles and grading. Some schools also have specific course rankings. So I know for Penn specifically, we have a website called Penn Course Review where you can look at the course, the professor, and they'll have ratings specific to that school. Number 3, your freshman friend group is either going to completely change or be half the amount by the end of the year. As a freshman in college, you're going to be meeting so many different people, and it's highly unlikely that you're going to be staying with the exact same friend group throughout the entire school year. Based on my experience, I still am friends with some of the people that I met during freshman year, but we aren't as close, or there were some people that I spend more time with just because, you know, classes change a lot and everyone is still getting used to college life. So I wouldn't confine yourself to one friend group and just try to meet as many people as possible. And who knows, maybe someone that you never thought you would speak with before ends up becoming your best friend. Number 4, everyone is sick. It doesn't matter if it's August, December, March, or even May. I swear freshman year, everyone is sick. People are going to be coughing in your classes. So my number 1 tip is buy an air purifier, because your freshman year dorms are probably very nasty, probably very dusty, moldy. You don't know what's growing in the corners of your HVAC system. So I highly recommend an air purifier. Gotta protect those lungs. Also, make sure you have a medicine box. I had a medicine box and I would always have Dayquil, NyQuil, allergy medicine, Tylenol, any and everything, cough drops. Really important. You're definitely gonna need cough drops, especially during the winter time, especially in like lecture halls. People are just gonna be coughing a lot, so you wanna make sure you're not the one who's having a coughing attack in the middle of a lecture. Number 5, no physical textbooks. I don't know a single student nowadays who carries a bunch of physical textbooks with them in their bag. You can find textbooks online. A lot of professors now have just completely switched to online textbooks. Also, make good use of upperclassmen who have taken the class before, because they likely have access to a PDF version or some sort of, maybe an older version of a textbook, so you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on textbooks that you're only going to use for 1 semester. For me personally, I knew a couple of upperclassmen who compiled like a Google Drive of different textbooks that were either already free online or they somehow acquired. I was able to save a lot of money based on that, but I know for some professors, like for example, my accounting professor, we had to buy an online textbook because our homework was from the textbook online. So essentially we were paying to do our homework online. But either way, definitely ask upperclassmen if they have older textbooks, online textbooks they no longer use. Number 6, invest in an iPad. Everything nowadays is so digitized. I love my iPad because I love taking pictures of lecture slides and being able to annotate right on my iPad. I also love the fact that you can just upload PDFs and lecture slides immediately and just write it down instead of having to write everything down on paper and pencil. But with that being said, whenever I'm reviewing for a big assessment, I will use the lecture notes on my iPad and then I will rewrite all of my notes on a notebook because I find that I'm able to retain the information a lot better when I can actually write things down. And in terms of a note-taking app, I personally use Coolanote, but I know a lot of people will use other apps such as GoodNotes or also like Notify or something like that. I personally use Coolanotes, or you can use the Notes app on the iPad as well, but the only downside with the Notes app on the iPad is that you can't zoom in anymore. Number 7. College is so fast-paced. If you don't have good time management skills, you're really going to struggle in college. Most of your grade is determinant on 4 major assignments or tests. You're going to have to teach yourself how to self-learn material in addition to going to professor and TA office hours. Your professors are going to be really busy. They're teaching, they're also doing research. So it's up to you to take the initiative to go to office hours or schedule time with your professor outside of lecture to review the material. I also highly recommend not cramming for anything. I know it's really common to do that, but a method that I found that works really well for me is after every single lecture, I will take 30 minutes to just go through all the lecture slides and write down any questions on a Google document so that I can go to office hours that week and ask them. That way things aren't building on top of each other, you're not understanding the material. Instead, you're reviewing the material every single week after the lecture and going to office hours so that you stay on top of the class. Number 8, try not to go out every single weekend. I know especially in fall semester, it's really tempting as a freshman. This is your first time being in college and so you want to go out every single weekend, but it can definitely take a toll on you. If you think about it, if you're going out Friday, Saturday, sometimes even Sunday, how are you supposed to catch up on your work? And also, your sleep schedule is going to be completely messed up. You're going to feel drained in your lectures. You're going to feel like you're falling behind. Whereas instead, if you go out maybe every other week, you have time to really recover and let your body rest and also let your mind rest and really marinate in the information that you learned during lectures. I found that for me at the beginning of the semester, I would go out a lot more with friends just because I had a lot more free time. But then once the middle of the semester approached and you're having midterms, then I wouldn't really go out that much and I would focus more on my classes. But of course, when there's big events like Halloween or homecoming, then of course I'm going to dress up and go out with my girlfriends. Number 9. Everyone knows everyone. This was definitely a culture shock for me going to college, is that I swear everyone is connected in some way. Everyone has mutuals with each other, so just really keep that in mind whenever you're talking about things. You never know who's listening or who knows who, and this is also really important whenever you're entering your 2nd and 3rd year when you're applying for internships as well. This is also a really good opportunity because everyone knows everyone, so you can definitely reach out to people who are working in the industry that you're interested in. But just be careful, about your digital footprint, how you're presenting yourself in front of other people, because you never know who might be listening, who might be hiring you, so just always be cautious about your surroundings. Lastly, number 10, take risks. You're never going to get these 4 years back again in college. College is truly the one opportunity where you have so many resources at your disposal, and it's the perfect opportunity to take advantage of every single one. Take that art history class, take that astronomy class, take that business class. You have so many electives that you can choose from, and in college, it's okay to make mistakes. Because guess what? You can change it again the next semester. For me personally, one of the risks that I took was making content. I was always nervous about, filming in front of a camera, but then I realized that whenever I'm in college, there's going to be content creators on campus and no one really cares about what you're doing. Everyone is so focused on their own goals and their career that they honestly couldn't care less about what you're doing. And so once you make that mindset shift, it just becomes a lot easier to explore what you want to. Another mindset shift that I adopted was, is this going to matter in 5 years? Are people going to remember this in 5 years? Most of the time, the answer is no. This tip that I have also applies for internships during the summertime. I would say your freshman year and your sophomore year summers are the perfect time for you to really dive deeper into your creativity and think about what you are really passionate about and what you want to learn more about. So based on my personal experience, I knew that I was interested in the beauty and fashion sector, and so that's exactly what I did my freshman and sophomore year. I interned at these companies, and it's honestly so much fun because it's different from what you learn in classes. It's an industry that I personally am passionate about. If I hadn't taken these opportunities, then I would never gotten the chance to intern at these companies post-grad, because post-grad you're actually working, and so you don't have the chance to explore what your passions really are. And this also applies to joining different clubs and organizations on campus. One of my friends always loved singing in high school, but she never had the courage to actually go on stage and perform. So guess what? In college, she joined an a cappella group. And now she's thriving. If she hadn't taken the risk and the initiative to join an a cappella group and audition for them, then she would have never rediscovered her love for singing. So with that being said, yes, college can seem really intimidating, but I hope that these tips will make you feel a little bit less scared about the upcoming semester. And just know that even though I am a junior, I'm still learning every single day. I think the best piece of advice that I could give you is, if no one's gonna remember this in 5 years, just go for it. It never hurts to try. You might as well try now than try later and fail. Because in college, you're allowed to fail. You're allowed to make mistakes. That's the only way you're able to grow. So I hope this video was helpful. Let me know if you want more content like this, and be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I'm definitely going to be vlogging as the semester progresses, so make sure you follow along, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.